welcome to Alongside Lauren and welcome to my kitchen. I am Lauren and I'm so glad that we get to spend a few moments this Sunday afternoon hanging out and hopefully making things a little bit easier and smoother for the coming week ahead. We have been very busy this afternoon in the Alongside Lauren kitchen. We have got a pork roast in the oven which smells spectacular, and in my defense, when I decided that pork roast was going to be a good idea for this week, I didn't know that it would still be winter and yet we would have a day that was 26 degrees Celsius. So our kitchen is quite warm.
Yep, we are
It's
warm
very
today.
warm. We have got a lovely glistening glow going, which is absolutely not sweat.
A
It's
little bit
sweat.
shiny.
And the pork roast is really not far from coming out.
Ooh.
And I have decided to completely add pressure to myself and am showing you hopefully the results of excellently executed pork crackling.
All right. Okay,
That's
so
the plan.
before we pull it out, let's have a look at what you've been up to.
Yes. So this was the process of getting the pork ready for roasting and to get the crackle all sorted. So these are tips that I have garnished and gleaned over years of failed pork roast. So we've got the pork roast here that I have left uncovered overnight, and I had taken the sort of netting off the pork and popped that out, and then did my best to try and flatten the darn thing out, so that what we want is as much of that sort of surface area where there's crackling to be set free as we possibly can. So to pop it in the roasting tin, I've used some structural garlic and some structural lemon to get it to, which is absolutely a thing, to get it to kind of sit as flat as I could. This seems counterintuitive, but adding a good glug of olive oil on top of the crackling, that's right, fat on fat,
Excellent. Yep.
to really help draw that out to make the pork crackling nice and crispy. And again, a boatload of salt. There is really nothing healthy happening
there's
here,
no
but it
redeeming
will be
qualities in crackling.
delicious.
Yeah, it will.
And it is going to sort of be eaten over the course of 4 dinners this week, which makes me feel a little bit better. And then the recipe, we've got pork shoulder here. So to try and keep it nice and tender, we have cooked the meat itself in a bit of a bath of wine. It was meant to use 2 cups of wine. So I used a combination of 4 different bottles of wine that were sort of languishing around. We've got some Pinot Gris.
Some old leftovers.
We've got some. I basically made rosé, little bit of Cabernet Merlot, and I think a touch of Shiraz as well. So
Everything.
a bit of this, bit of that.
But
Good
hey,
shot
it
of the
was
structural lemon there.
It was all leftovers anyway. So.
Oh, exactly.
Yep. And over very carefully with your 2 cups of wine
Yes.
floating around in there, and
Popped it in the
into
oven.
the oven. And
So we
that-
popped it in the oven immediately at 220. Popped it down to 160, and then for the last half hour, it's been cooking as hot as it will go.
And while that little video was going, the timer went off. So it is definitely time to have a look. All right. Ooh. Ooh, guys, it is looking pretty good.
Look,
So
there's a little bit of burnt bits.
it's a little scorchio here and there, but check that out. Ooh, that's going to be tasty. So yes, very nice.
But that's,
Are you pretty happy with that? It's
yeah,
got pretty
apart
crispy,
from the burnt
crispy
bits.
top. Nice.
But that's all crackling, which I'm stoked with.
Brilliant.
And we'll retain that the juice from the bottom of that pan as well, which will make phenomenal gravy. So,
Oh yeah.
while that actually, I might pop that onto the.
Just before you do, I'm just gonna show it off one more, just a little bit more, because it's just so good
I
looking.
should have just paid attention for the last 10 minutes.
Oh, look at that. No, it's pretty good. I reckon it's gonna be pretty good. Way to go. All right.
Excellent. So we'll just pop that to the side while we get the veg into the oven.
Okay, so
We've got a nice mix here of sweet potato, pumpkin, beetroot and carrot. So we've got all the hard veg.
Yeah, so
Going
you've
in
separated
together.
all of the hard vegetables into one tray and your soft veggies in the other tray, hey?
Yeah. So a really good amount of olive oil. Plenty of salt.
Mm-hmm. It's a good amount of veggies this week.
Yeah.
Lots of pepper.
Lots of pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And some Italian herb mix.
Oh, yep. Punch up the flavour a little bit.
Yeah, I think it helps.
Way to go.
Just give it a bit of a mix.
Looking good.
Oops.
Give it a nice big stir up.
I'm trying to keep the beetroot with the orange, but
Oh, because
who
everything will
knows?
stain. It doesn't matter. It's all going to taste good.
All right. And so that will go into the oven for about an hour or so. We'll just keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got here, now because we're not eating the veg right, well, the dinner right now, which is why everything's a little bit out of time, or out of whack, I should say, in terms of timing. We've got a tray of capsicum, onion, cauliflower, and eggplant as well. So these are sort of, I guess, our softer veg. I've already added some olive oil too, just some salt, pepper again.
Pepper.
So these will go in for about half an hour. I've also got some kaleettes, which are a hybrid of Brussels sprouts and kale. Oh, hush.
Well, kaleettes. You kind
Yes.
of expect it, don't you? Yes. But yeah,
So-
it's a pretty interesting combo.
Yeah, so I bought them.
Where are they?
I got them on clearance a couple of
Are they
weeks
in here
ago. They're
somewhere?
not in there
No,
yet.
I was going to say I can't
Because
see
they
them.
only take 5 minutes to cook. So for the last 5
got it.
minutes,
Yep.
I will I'll chuck in the kaleettes as well.
Will you use these to put these in later? No, they're not going for a
No.
little while.
Well, I
so-
thought I might just put them in now
Oh, okay.
because the
pull
timing
them out
doesn't
early.
matter because I can just pull it out early.
Got it. Got it. All right. That makes sense. Very good. Well, I am
Perfect.
pumped about
Yeah,
pork roast,
it's
pork roast
very.
this week.
It is very veg driven.
I think it's going to be great. Very, very tasty. All right.
But I think
What's next?
trying to find a bit of crackling and
Oh, you want to break a bit off and sample it?
oh, it is quite
I'm
hot.
excited. Yeah, I bet it is. There's some tongs here, but
We'll just let it cool
Oh,
down a
wow.
smidgen.
yeah, okay.
I'll pop it there.
Sure. Let me just. Oof. Maybe a little nibble now.
Oh, it's cut it in half.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm like, we're sharing
I'm
that.
sharing that. That is not. Cheers.
Cheers.
It is still hot.
It's still hot.
Oh. That's wicked. Yep. Like you say, no redeeming qualities, or I said, or whatever. Salt and fat.
It was phenomenal. Oh, yeah.
All right, so winning there.
Okay.
That's
Now,
excellent.
I know I said I was going to do this later.
Mm.
I might. I've got. I made. As I sing to myself as I stare at the Thermomix, I had. We've got Bible study tonight, so I made some tzatziki to go with veggie sticks, because in addition to the normal cheese platter that we're doing for Bible study, we're doing a chocolate, 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 all the chocolate, chocolate pudding.
Yes.
Um,
So a chocolate pudding with homemade chocolate ice cream. So you've already made the chocolate ice cream, and
I
we've
have.
rolled it up and put it on a tray on some paper, some
baking
paper.
Which would have been a really good idea if the kitchen was not hot as Hades.
And if we had a scoop small enough to be
Yes,
suitable for
we
our
have
needs.
like a truly enormous
We've got a
ice cream
giant
scoop.
and then we've got a measuring spoon.
So I was using my tablespoon measuring cup,
Yep.
or measuring spoon, which,
So the scoops ended up a bit wonky,
yep, that's fine.
but they'll do. They'll do. Yeah,
But
so,
because I made the tzatziki, I've got this beautiful flavour in the Thermomix. So
Yeah.
I figured I would just quickly make the coleslaw with it.
yeah.
I've also
let
got
me
some-
keep going with that.
I've also got some structural garlic
Of course.
That
the cooked structural garlic.
that I accessed from the pork roast. And so what I thought I would do, and it's just roasted and it's so beautiful and sweet and amazing. So
Yeah, ooze all of the
yeah,
garlic cloves in.
rather than doing
Onion or spring onion
onion
or
or
something.
spring onion in it,
How's the weight there? Good.
it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a touch over, but I just had also squished
No,
garlic
that's
onto
fine.
it. I'd already cut some carrot, which
Yeah,
will
I
hopefully
see
help.
that. You've already got some carrot done, and I might as well cut up the apple while
Yeah.
I wait.
Anyway, and then we'll just pick up a little bit of the flavour from the tzatziki as well.
Yeah, that'll be great.
The tzatziki is quite nice.
Yeah, I simpled a little bit of it.
I've
It's
not made it
very
before. I
fresh.
probably made it a little bit too. It's a little bit too runny.
Do most people know what tzatziki is?
Well, it's like that sort of Greek style dip, which is sort of it's yogurt based with cucumber and mint.
Mm.
So we did a bit of work in the veggie patch last week, which means that we have replenished our mint plant. So I was able to use a little bit of mint from that. Normally I would try to avoid harvesting stuff from from a newly planted plant. But mint is so prolific and it actually,
It's probably almost necessary to trim it back a bit.
yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to sneak the apple and the carrot in because we know that
'Cause
we're
we
going to
know.
need it
We know
shortly.
it.
We make coleslaw just about weekly, so pretty easy to do that.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Garlic is squished in.
I don't
Oh,
know
I
what
think
this was
I
in.
got a bit excited. I might have put it in the wash. Do you want to grab a fresh one out? Whoops. I reckon there will be enough sort of dressing from the tzatziki. So I'm not going to bother adding in the mayo. Whoops. I'm just skipping all the way through to the end, including the bit that tells us to chop it.
That pork crackling is really good.
Even though it's a bit burnt, it's really
It's
nice.
No, it's really good.
I just need to. I'm a bit annoyed at myself because I should have just checked it before we
Don't worry about it, hon.
started streaming. But
No.
is what it is.
No. It's delicious.
Now the key will be with that before we put it in the fridge to store it for the week. Will just be to take the crackling off and store it separately.
Yeah, so we'll tear it off
Yeah.
very carefully.
So we'll wait till it's cooled down a bit.
Maybe I'll tear a little bit off right now.
Oh, Heath,
Oh no. Oh no, this bit fell off.
you're a shocker. We do still actually need. Well, we don't need it. I would still like to actually eat the pork crackling
Yes.
with the roast.
Yes, but it's particularly
week,
good
but-
when it's super fresh.
Oh.
All right.
We'll just refresh it in the air fryer.
Now, I'm thinking I need to be making a drink. Yes?
Yes, now we can go. Sorry.
You're right.
That's what I get for sneaking the pork crackling. Just went down the wrong way a little bit. We can go like the whole thing of making a whole new drink, but we do have we've just got a bottle of Prosecco we can open that's in the fridge if
That
you want
sounds
to just
good.
do that.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a
We
great
do
idea.
love bubbles here in Casablanca.
Casablanca.
Okay, so I've got my very classy container. And we'll just pop in our tzatziki scented confit
like it.
garlic
Confit garlic flavored.
coleslaw.
Brilliant. Yep. It sounds, well, I reckon if you did it in a restaurant, you would give it a different name that was a bit more zhuzhed up. But it does sound like it could be quite fancy. And it'll add a bit of a difference to our meals.
Yeah,
to
so
our
we'll have it
wraps
with,
this week.
we've got corn meat.
Yep.
So it'll be really nice with the corn meat.
All right, this is going to pop. 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
All right.
The flavor's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'm already getting some the sort of the scent of the roasted veg coming through, which is amazing.
It is. It's already, yeah. Just picking up those smells. Very good.
All right, now the other Thermomix bowl is in the dishwasher. So will it be really annoying if I work from this one?
No, go for it.
Well, I could just try give the.
All right. Pause everything you're doing. Focus on what's important.
Cheers, love you.
Cheers. Love you too. Yeah, that's not bad.
Lovely. Alrighty. So, for the chocolatey chocolate pudding, we have just, I say we. No, we. This
Yeah.
is a team effort. So if this doesn't work, we're all going down in a blaze of glory together.
Yep. But it's okay if you blame me a little bit.
I will try so hard not to because I've had a really poor attitude about it this week.
So we were thinking of different chocolate things that we could do for a chocolate thing.
Yes.
And I put forward the pudding. So if it's not a great idea, well,
No, I was sort of I'd put forward like a chocolate
a regular cake.
a chocolate cake with a white chocolate buttercream icing and caramel something else and a few other bits and pieces, and he's like, let's do chocolate
We
pudding.
could do pudding.
Cell saucing chocolate pudding. If it was just cell saucing chocolate pudding, I probably would have been like Ripper because
That's
is
nice and
so much
straightforward and
easier,
simple
nice and straightforward.
And that was kind of my thinking. That'll keep it nice and simple, but
But Heath wants to do a like fountain of chocolate pudding.
all right, no. We're going to stop you there. All right.
Okay.
No. Individual portions of chocolate puddings. Little ramekins of
But
chocolate
like,
puddings.
but don't you want it
And
set
then
up
we're
with
going
like
to
a pyramid?
stack them. We're going to
Yeah,
stack
okay.
them somehow. All the little puddings in a pyramid. That bit, not so sure about yet how that's going to work. But the general idea, I think, is
Yes.
solid.
So what we might do is, if you want to maybe just give the bench a bit
Give
of
the
a
bench a
wipe,
bit of a clean down. Yes,
and
I can do
then
that.
we'll get some baking trays out, and we'll set the ramekins out,
Yep.
and we will kind of just get them ready to go a little bit. Oh, it just smells so good.
Well, yeah, we've got our pork roast just wafting constantly now. We've got the roast veggies, just the smell's coming through real strong now. It's good.
So the ooh, here's
Bit of onion, bit of capsicum.
just hope
at
I've
the
got
moment.
enough. So we'll double our standard chocolate pudding recipe. The recipe that I use is the I'm to a new vanilla. Do I have a new vanilla? Oh, I do. Thank goodness.
The recipe that you use.
Is from the Edmonds Cookbook.
Oh, classic.
That's a classic.
A classic New Zealand cookbook, yes?
Yep, classic New Zealand cookbook.
Yeah. Yep. So, very good. But you tweak it a little bit,
I
don't you?
do. I do tweak a little bit. I do double the sauce.
Double the sauce. That makes sense to me.
Because
that is a
otherwise,
really good
I
one.
reckon there is never enough sauce. Right, do
Well,
you
you
wanna?
can never have enough sauce with your pudding. Is
But
what I
last time we ended up with like extra sauce for the pudding that we had.
think. And so we used it
So I ended up
in
freezing.
a future meal,
Yeah,
which
so I
is
froze
amazing.
the sauce
Mhm.
and then used it to help to revive some slightly disappointing brownies.
It was very, very
It was
good.
amazing
Yes,
with ice
yes.
cream.
It was incredibly good.
What am I looking for? Scintillating television. Just
So give us some
me
of the
staring in
major
pantry.
ingredients that we're going to need. Are we going to need self-raising or plain
butter.
flour or
Ooh.
both?
I think I get lazy and I only just do self-raising.
Sure.
Self-raising,
Self-raising flour?
and we need more brown sugar than that. I'm pretty sure I bought some. Phew! Everyone stop panicking.
All right, nobody's panicking.
I bought some.
You've got more brown sugar than this. I do
Yes.
like that we need more than this. That's great.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good
There's
amount. Regular sugar too?
Yes.
Of course. But not icing sugar.
Correct.
Okay.
I also will need...
Very good. Oh, what did I forget from in here? Another flour product?
No. I think I actually just need to... I'm going to have to go old school and go and grab my recipe book.
Oh, I like it. Classic. In the meantime, I'm going to let people know what we've been up to over the weekend.
Yes.
So we went up to Toowoomba, which is where a lot of my family lives these days, and had a big catch up with old cousins. And some of the cousins that I hadn't seen in a very, very long time, their kids who were babies or little toddlers or, little tiny kids when I last saw them, are now taller than me.
No longer
Taller than
babies.
both of us.
Yep.
So, yes, in their mid-teens, lanky and tall.
Yes.
Some of them
And-
very cool.
Way too cool for us, which is fine. Now, baking trays, ramekins, and if you can grease the ramekins.
All right, I'm on it. After all, this bit is definitely my fault.
Your words, not mine.
Yep.
All right. Not only am I going to be using a book, but I also need to double the recipe. Oh, this always ends badly.
So we counted our ramekins a little while ago and realised we might be short a couple. So fortunately, Lauren's parents were able to chip in with a couple of ramekins too. They're all a little bit different, but that doesn't matter.
That's all right.
Yeah.
They will hopefully stack in the fashion Heath wants.
A lot of them are what we've collected over the years from a particular brand of dip. And they are incredibly useful, aren't they?
Oh, they're so handy.
So they're completely lined in, what would you call this? Glaze?
Oh, they're glazed.
Yeah, completely glazed. So they don't stick, stuff doesn't stick in them. Everything's safe, so you can put them in the barbecue.
Yes, which is
at
awesome.
really
So
high
I love
temps.
doing, we haven't done them in ages, but doing little miniature baked macaroni cheeses.
Oh, yes. And cauliflower cheese
Yeah.
and various things like that, yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just prepping the brown sugar and cocoa that goes on
In
no,
the sauce?
In the sauce, actually. I might do that a bit later.
We'll do that a bit later. Okay.
Uh-oh.
The beauty of doing things live, and look, we're not really here to do a cooking show as much as
No,
to just
fortunately.
say,
Otherwise, a
get
lot of
yourself
people,
prepared for the week.
a lot of people will want their money back. There we go. All right.
Okay. So, run us through. What's the first steps?
Okay. Getting sugar.
Mm-hmm.
White sugar.
Got it?
And we want 3.5 cups. Okay, so we need baking. We need these to go on baking trays.
Oh, you did mention that. And you also mentioned
like I've
greasing
mentioned it
them
3
and all
times.
sorts
Yep.
of things.
Yep.
So, yep.
This is one of those things where when you know how much sugar goes in it.
In a pudding.
Yeah.
All right, I found a couple of trays. These might...
Yeah, so we might just see how we go. We might need to get some extras.
Yeah. We'll see. Huh. Okay. All right. Excellent. They all fit.
Phew!
And you said grease them, so just with a bit of spray oil?
Yeah. We're not needing them to like unfurl or sort of come out as such, so yeah, like if we were doing souffle, we'd be doing the proper process of brushing them with butter and adding flour and what have you. All right, so we're doubling the recipe, so don't get concerned. There's 1.5 cups of sugar and 200 grams of butter.
Which doubled.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
I've already doubled it.
Oh.
So don't confuse me.
Okay. All right. You got it. Okay.
200 grams of butter.
So we're getting a heap of butter.
Yeah.
Days of butter.
Butter for days. But honestly,
A little bit more.
yeah.
Always more butter is the answer.
Well, no, I thought I'd. Yes. Nah.
Keep going.
$1.99's fine. Surely. Can you get 2 eggs out for me when you get a
I
chance?
can indeed. Yes.
Yeah, so we have never cooked chocolate pudding in ramekins before. We
No.
have done like the sort of standard methodology of cooking it.
Yep. We're totally winging it. Hey.
Whoops.
The little
Butterfly whisk just
decided to
popped
go
up to say
flying around.
hello.
Ah, no big deal.
No. I might just give it a little mix without the butterfly whisk and then add the butterfly whisk. I think the butter was a bit too cold.
Got it.
All
Yeah.
is well. Also, not only am I making this, doubling it using the recipe book, I'm also following the instructions for a similar pudding on the Thermomix, but not quite the same.
So that you get the same mix steps and things like that?
Yeah.
It's kind of clever. I like that. Here's your eggs when you're ready, madam.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay. And was there anything else I could be doing over here?
I think if if everything's all greased and sort of ready to go,
It is.
what you might be able to do actually is get another bowl.
It's grumpy today, isn't it?
actually don't know what I've done.
Oh, okay. All right, I might be able to help with that. It's just hooked on a blade, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you go? You get it? Not quite?
Yeah, you can have a go.
It's a good trick.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, just checking all of the butterfly whisk remains. It
Excellent.
does. So, yep.
Do I?
It's just not wanting to play the game.
Yeah.
But if it's okay with you,
Yeah.
we'll spin it up, but leave the middle lid off, and I'll press down on it with something that I can push with. All right, what can I push with? Something that is like, something like this is what I'm thinking, you know?
I don't know.
Like,
Just give it another
give it another blitz
little
with
bit
the-
longer.
Sure.
It's just scintillating.
Hey, we're trying new stuff.
Exactly.
It's exciting. Yeah, see, by this time I'd say it's all just to the edges. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if I install it again,
Yes, agreed very much so there, Janelle. Janelle says that the Thermomix maybe needs a wine.
yeah, I think so.
Just calm it down a bit.
All right, that seems to be going okay. Don't poke it.
All right, okay,
Sorry.
don't bother it. Don't
So,
bother it.
can you get another bowl
Yes,
and can you mix together the brown sugar and the cocoa
of course.
for the sauce?
Sure.
I'll pop the canola spray. That's a really nice little...
Grabbing a bowl. Grabbing a bowl.
There we go.
Are you winning?
Yes,
Great.
it's much better. We add in the egg.
So it asked for a cup of this stuff. There was slightly over a cup in the container, so I
Perfect.
used it all.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right. And
So we didn't actually need more brown sugar.
a quarter cup of cocoa.
So half a cup.
Yeah, so a half cup of
Yeah.
cocoa. Yes. This self-sourcing pudding recipe is amazing. That is why I pushed for it. I think that the guys coming tonight are going to love it. So, yes. Cool. One tablespoon of corn flour.
Oh, don't bother with the corn flour.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we don't have corn flour in our syrup. In our
No, just give it a mix.
self-saucing
I've found
sauce.
we don't need it in my
Sure.
experience.
No, that's fine. You've done this plenty of times, so I'm going to trust you on that.
Alrighty. 2 teaspoons vanilla essence.
So it just says sprinkle the sauce mixture over the
Yeah,
top.
so just give it a mix.
So I'll give it a bit of a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
It's really easy.
It is. That is super simple, isn't it? Although I've got quite a few lumps,
Okay, well, you
Because
can
just-
work through those.
just because half of them's sugar. What were you looking for?
The lid of the vanilla.
Well, lid of a vanilla, and
And call me Rita
it did sound like the start
Yeah.
of a...
of one of those.
Yep, a one of those, exactly.
Okay, 2.5 cups of flour.
Great.
One. Two.
Great.
And a half. And 2 tablespoons of cocoa. One of the things that I love about this dish is that or this recipe, I guess, is that it's just stuff you've got. Like, it doesn't need anything too fancy.
Yep.
It's just brown sugar, butter, egg, self-raising flour, cocoa.
There
Mixy,
we go.
mixy, 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 mix.
That was quite brief.
I know.
Not much to that one.
Yeah. It also didn't look like it did a whole lot.
Oh, okay. I see. Go again.
Yep. With this recipe, I find I always get nervous that it's not liquidy enough, even though I've made it
Heaps of times.
however
And
many
always
times. I'm always
comes out
like,
well.
I'm sure there should be milk in here, but there's no milk.
Is it coming together nice?
Yeah.
Are we going to be
It
able
is
to
quite
dollop,
a stiff.
dollop
Yeah,
it out?
it is quite a stiff.
That's not a bad thing. That might make
stiff
it easier
mix.
to sort of
Yeah. So
scoop out bits.
So how many are we? Hang on. This is the time for me to put the kalettes in.
Oh, okay. Can you show us the kalettes?
Sure. So they just look like kale-y Brussels sprouts. They were also
Oh,
75
yeah, it's very
cents.
hard to see, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room at the moment.
No.
No, it's one of those days.
That's all right.
I can move our ramekins right over though. There we go. Plenty of room now.
And that veg is just looking gorgeous.
They're kind of cute.
I thought so.
We've never had them before, so it's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Oh, because they're frozen.
They're
They're
steaming.
steaming off. I'm just going to grab one. So they remind me a lot of a Brussels sprout, but
Yeah.
completely like open. So
Yeah,
that
but
they're,
they've got that sort of kale
yeah.
look.
They don't smell bad. I mean, they were frozen, so there's not a lot of smell anyway, but that's good.
Yeah, so I might
Way to
just
go.
give them another little bit of olive oil.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
And
Very nice.
just because I can't help myself.
Oh, is that what I think it is?
Bagel seasoning.
Bagel seasoning. It's a cheeky way to get a lot of flavour. Bit of onion, bit of garlic, bit of sesame.
Bit of poppy
Fantastic.
seed in there too.
Yep.
And so that will go in for another 8 minutes.
Awesome. How are they looking?
Oh, they're looking amazing.
Good. It's going to be a good week of roast veg and
Yeah.
pork. Good week. Okay. Back to our little ramekins. Let's load them up.
Yeah.
Am I getting ahead of myself? No?
Well, so in terms of methodology of dollop, methodology?
Ooh.
No.
It's a good try.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I'm trying
Oh.
to sort of visualize.
I think dollop in and then we'll fix it later if needs be. So.
You're right. I might just do like an initial dollop
Hmm.
and then we can do a top up dollop. If needs be.
I think that's the right plan. Yeah. And hopefully they won't all overflow and explode.
Thank you, Heath.
Well, it's on me if they do.
I think if they exploded, something has gone very wrong with the recipe. I don't think there's anything. Well, no, flour is under the right, in the right circumstances, flour is quite flammable.
Yeah. Anything powdered is quite flammable, I think. Well, a lot of things that are powdered are quite powdered. Powered.
Powered. Well, that's also true.
It's got power. Therefore it explodes.
The Great Fire of London was started in a bakery.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, all sorts of powders will flare up. Some of them spontaneously, which is a bit scary.
That's a really cheery series of discussions for your Sunday afternoon.
There you go. Yes.
The threat of fire
The
is never
Barker
far.
Education Corner.
Yeah,
The Barker High Risk Education Corner. So there you go.
it's from a former career of having to run HasOps, I think. All right.
Something like that, yes.
Oh, that one looks...
That one does look a little anemic. Yeah. But they're looking good. They're looking real good. Loving the new backsplash, says Ainsley.
Oh, yeah! that was Heath's big DIY project from last weekend.
It was. I'm pleased you like it.
The
Pleased you liked it, Ainsley. Yeah, it was. It was a fun little project. Quite effective. We picked up the paneling from Bunnings for a very, very good price. I think they were originally $100 and maybe we paid $8 for them.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Yep.
So they were running them all out, just clearing them all out in the
the car park.
parking lot. So
Yeah.
I guess there is a very slim chance that those weren't staff.
They were in. I'm sure our invoice had Bunnings on
Yeah,
it.
it did seem like a legitimate Bunnings purchase, but they were a bargain. And yeah, ended up working out really well. And we bought a few of them, a few boxes of them, and we only ended up needing the one. So yeah. But thanks very much. Thanks. We agree. We think it looks great. Adds a little bit of modernism to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think a bit more?
I don't think you should worry too much. Some people will be happy with a smaller one, so we can let people pick their own.
Okay, but I do have like.
Oh, you've got leftovers?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, you're looking for feedback on which one to load up more.
Mhm.
Okay, put a little bit in there. A little bit in that one. Maybe these two, if you can. Ah, you're pretty much done.
I'll do another
You got another scoop in you?
scoop in you. There's more scoops in this old girl yet. She immediately
So I
regretted
reckon
saying.
that one a bit, and maybe that one.
So what you're telling me is all of them.
No, just most of them. I know I'm just pointing and trying to tell you what to do. I know that's not
Yes.
fair, so.
I think maybe that one a bit.
Yeah, I agree. All right. That is excellent. I can keep scooping a little bit more out if you want to go to whatever the next thing is.
Well, the next thing will just be. All right. So, where are you gonna scoop to?
I was going to put in that one.
Okay.
I
Cool.
can take that away if you like.
So now that Heath is just going to do a little bit more scooping, we're going to put the sauce mixture that he so wonderfully made.
Which is literally sugar and cocoa
So I might just,
and no corn flour.
that would be the, I'll check on the kalettes.
Oh.
Ooh.
How are they looking?
Well, they look really good. They kind of crisped up quite nicely.
Okay. I'll see if I can. Is that ready to come out anyway?
Yeah. They look really
Oh,
good.
they really do.
Yeah.
Nice work, hon. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll
Brilliant.
quite happily keep an eye out for them being 75 cents again and buy them.
Well, yeah, considering they're what, 90% off? when you
Yeah,
got 'em
they
or
were
something?
normally $6.50, and given
they're
the
not the
fact that we've
cheapest.
and given the fact that we bought two
2 packs?
packs is
Did
probably
you put both packs out
I
there?
did put both
Yeah,
packs in.
Yeah, right.
just because it's to serve 8.
I wonder how similar to I wonder how similar they are to other brassicas, is that the
Yes.
term? In terms of how my body will deal with them.
Okay.
We'll find out. And never tell you.
No. But you're the one who brought it up, so.
I know.
All right, so before I put the sauce down, I'm just going to sort of flatten the puddings out a little bit.
Okay.
And I figured a slightly dampened spoon would help.
So you're just patting them down?
Yeah.
It's a little bit
So it doesn't
tricky to
need to be
see.
too exact.
There we go. Yeah, nice.
That will hopefully just make it cook a little more evenly.
And maybe they'll rise a bit more evenly. Do they rise much?
They will rise quite a bit actually.
Yeah.
But it's sort of weird because you put all the sauce stuff on top, but then like you get this really strange sort of almost magic trick where it ends up, the sauce all ends up actually on the bottom, which is amazing. So I'm just going to warm up the water in here, give it a
Okay.
bit of a clean, but I'll do that later. I will just quickly put some of the mix on each of the
Yep.
ramekins. So
Great.
I'll start with a tablespoon. Yeah, so we were sort of debating, normally if I'm doing a big one of these, it would cook in 35 minutes. So we were thinking we might check it after 15.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think we've got a spare, so that could be good for 2 reasons.
Are the two reasons Heath and Lauren? I like your reasons.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to sort of sample it and see if it's cooked through, and also sample it.
There are easier ways to test if it's cooked through other than sampling
I
the
don't
whole
think
cake.
there are.
No.
Well, there might be easier ways, but are there better ways?
Yes. The easier ways. All right. So we've
Very
got just
good.
a little bit extra.
Okay. Are there better ways to test if crackling's good? Huh? The rule stands.
You're incorrigible.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Very good.
People will not
Now,
come and eat here because
We're not
they
going
will
to be
think that...
cooking these yet, are we?
No, because I don't. Even I'm not so bold as to try and put them in at the same time that I'm cooking.
Roast
Oh,
vegetables?
the roast veg doesn't have anything garlicky in there, so they might be right.
Okay.
Your face says no.
But is there value in cooking them closer to the time of consumption or not?
Well, like,
As in, like, during Bible study? No? Not a good idea?
sure.
I'm not the professional here.
No, but thank you very much for your feedback.
Clearly.
Sure. Like, my only, I guess, sort of thought will be is that I will be somewhat otherwise occupied.
Got it.
But that,
Yes.
like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We can do that. We'll just have everything. Oh, we'll just
At
put
the
that
ready
stuff away.
and just
Have
bang 'em
everything at
in?
the ready. So the next thing that we do is put hot water on. The hot water we will only do just before the very end, before they go in. Because if we put it on too soon, I don't think it's going to explode, as Heath had suggested. But I'm sure it won't be an ideal situation. So I think it's been a weird mix of bits and pieces
It
that we've
sure
been
has.
working on this afternoon. But I look forward to taking some pictures of the chocolate pudding, if they work. If not, look, I'll probably share pictures anyway, because there are fewer things more delightful than seeing someone else's failure. It makes you feel so much better about being a human being. And I'm happy to be that person for you. We'll also give you some updates on how the brassicas have worked with Heath's digestive system. It has been so much fun hanging out this afternoon. We can't wait to do it all again next week on Alongside Lauren.